Good afternoon. Today, we're delighted to announce the winner of the International Law Book Facilities Law Undergraduate Essay Competition 2022-23. I'm honoured to welcome Lord Thomas of Cwmgiedd, former Lord Chief Justice and founder and patron of the ILBF, and Lord Carnwath of Notting Hill CVO, former Supreme Court Justice and visiting professor in practice at the Grantham Research Institute on Climate Change and the Environment. Lord Carnwath is a founding member of the EU Forum of Judges for the Environment and of the Global Institute of Judges on the Environment. He was formerly chairman of the Law Commission and senior president of tribunals. We're very fortunate to have Lord Carnwath's great expertise and standing in environment and climate change law to assist us with the judging. Lord Thomas and Lord Carnwath have judged the finalists of the competition, and we will find out their decision very shortly. This year, we asked law undergraduates to answer the question, what difference can lawyers make in tackling the climate emergency? The urgency to act cannot be overstated. On the 20th of March, the UN released the final instalment of the 6th assessment report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC. The report does not mince its words and warns that the planet has already warmed 1.1 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. This is causing extreme weather events now that impact every region in the world. The report stresses the need for urgent climate action to ensure a livable planet for all, and states that there is a multitude of actions that can be taken now to reduce greenhouse gases to limit further rises. Everyone on the planet has a part to play in this, and in particular, lawyers. We were extremely pleased to receive entries to the competition from law undergraduates at universities in England, Wales and Scotland. We also had an entry from Brazil. From your research and ideas, it is clear that you know what is at stake and what lawyers can do now to act in defence of the planet and its inhabitants, using the law as a powerful tool to deliver climate justice and to inhibit further degradation of the planet. We hope that your essays will help to generate more debate and engagement to raise awareness of how the law and lawyers can play their vital part. Now I will hand over to Lord Thomas and Lord Carnwath for their reflections on the competition and their decision.
I am very grateful to those who suggested we should set a topic and invite an essay on the subject of climate emergency. And the Royal Lawyers can play in it for the reasons that Katrina Crossley has so clearly set out. Our task has been to judge the final two entries, the other entries having been carefully examined at an earlier stage. Judging at that stage is always difficult because you have the two best essays that have been put forward. And it was after some detailed consideration that we came to the view that just on balance, one was the clear winner. Her essay set out very clearly some cogent and interesting ideas on climate change. And I am therefore very happy to announce that Clarissa Wong of the London School of Economics is the winner of this year's competition. I am very fortunate to have been joined in this judging by Lord Carnwath, who is one of the great authorities in the world on the law in relation to climate change. And I'm going to ask him if he'd like to make some observations in relation to the task we undertook and his views on the way forward.
Thank you very much, John and Katrina. It's been a great privilege to take part in this very important endeavour, and it's been a great interest to see the final essays, which have actually given me quite a lot of food for thought. It's a subject which I've been engaged with for some years, but I think what the essays brought out was it's something which lawyers can contribute to on different levels. There's a basic level of getting one's own house in order, making sure that one's own offices are actually operated in a climate-friendly way, which is, of course, an obligation of us all. But then the next level really is perhaps the most obvious one, which is advising one's clients. And as the essay brought out, this is a matter not only of helping them to be climate sensitive in the way they organize their businesses, but also to be aware of the challenges. Because what is increasingly clear now is that the obligations of corporate directors and others are really going to be very important. And if they get things wrong, they may find themselves being liable for quite substantial damages. And so this is something which lawyers, and particularly in-house lawyers, and this is something which came out in the essays, need to be very conscious of. And then there's a sort of higher macro level where one's really talking about how the law develops. And there have been a number of many test cases on different aspects of climate change law. And I think what the essays bring out is that some perhaps more effective than others. And I think they rightly emphasize that somehow there are problems of causation when one's trying to make sort of big fuel operators liable for things which are, of course, caused by all sorts of different contributors. But much more effective sometimes is actually targeting particular directors on particular decisions which may have a contributing effect. And we've been given some examples of that. And then the much more general sort of international level, where I think lawyers can contribute to a debate which improves the way we operate following the Paris Agreement, because of course it's incumbent on all countries to work together. And this often means that learning from different countries and their legal practices. And in this way, lawyers can, I think, make a large contribution. And I was very pleased to see the way these different strands were brought out in the essays we considered. So many congratulations to the winner, also to those also who contributed this, and thank you very much. So back to you, Katrina.
Thank you very much, Lord Carnwath, and many congratulations to Clarissa. We hope you gain valuable experiences from your prize of a day's internship with Latham & Watkins and 4 days with the LexisNexis PSL Environment team, and we wish you all the best for your future career. Our congratulations to all the entrants for your engagement with the competition, and we wish you every success for the future. Thank you to Latham & Watkins for sponsoring this year's competition, and thank you to all the judges for considering the entries. Finally, a special thank you to Lord Thomas and Lord Carnwath for your support of our law undergraduate essay competition and for selecting the winner.